I say is alleged, my opinion, and for entertainment purposes only.
Hey everybody, welcome to my recap of Belle Collective Reunion Part 1, 2, and 3, because in my opinion, we did not need 3 parts of a reunion. And to see Letitia sitting there in that gold dress, but anyway, I took my notes on each part of the reunion, the highlights of it, pretty much the summary of each part. Again, we didn't need 3 parts. So here we go. So in part 1, we got Latrice and Letitia on the 9-5 comment. Oh, by the way, excuse my voice. I've been under the weather, so if I sound a little stuffy, that's what it is. Okay. So Latrice is upset because Letitia calls her out. So Latrice takes back the quote unquote truth to Tamra about the text messages to keep Akeisha out the text group and the play that Letitia and Marie made. Okay. Of course, Letitia was calling Latrice a liar and all of that, but whatever. Latrice thinks all the ladies are jealous of her and wants her life. Letitia said, Latrice, your eyes are dead and you will sell your soul for an image. So Gucci and Latrice, they go at it about this real estate deal. So Gucci seems to think that, Latrice owes her an apology, okay? We find out that Latrice named her the #1 realtor of Jackson to make her look good. Latrice lets it be known that So Gucci didn't have a problem until the show started filming because she liked the post. And so Gucci was like, yeah, well, I liked it, to give her, to show some shade. Girl, shut up. So Gucci in her interview with Millie Chan had all these different excuses as to why, she couldn't get this building to Latrice and she had to take care of her other clients. Well, if that's the case, then Latrice was, in the right to go with another agent. You proved her point, okay? You was nowhere to be found. You just sending emails. You wasn't reaching out to your friend. And of course, the #1 realtor mistake was you not having her sign a contract. So that's all on you, in my opinion. Then we got the Farris Street project, okay? Basically, Akeisha thinks, she's better than Letitia when it comes to this project. When it comes to how, she approached the Farris Street project. For me, at the end of the day, it would have been a good look to see 2 women come together on a project instead of, bickering about petty stuff. Akeisha gives me, I got the money. Money talks, bullshit walks, and that's fine, but don't think you better than someone because you got money, okay? Because as quick as you got it, it can go. As hard as you work for it, it can go, okay? She says she never knows what will happen with her and Letitia in the future, because they're working on building their relationship again. So the Bells in this damn state capital and them excluding Marie. So Gucci said that she received a text from Tamra and the text said that they're invited to the Capitol all except one Belle and it was pertaining to fraud. The camera goes to Tamra. She looking guilty in my opinion. She didn't explain nothing about that, okay? So we find out that Tamra's cousin was the one that actually invited them to the Capitol and gave them a tour of the Capitol. What? Tamra said they were all invited, but everyone else keeps talking about this text that you sent to say that Marie wasn't invited. So make it make sense, Tamra. Make it make sense. And then she goes, well, I'm only guilty of not reaching out to Marie. What? No, you guilty of your cousin being a part of inviting them Bells to the Capitol. The same cousin that didn't invite Marie and Letitia to your spring fling to find out about your gender reveal and baby announcement. Y'all was in cahoots and nobody can tell me different, okay? Tamra, you was looking real shady and lion boots on this part, okay? And it looks like you and your cousin excluded Marie and it had nothing to do with fraud. It was just done intentionally because you ain't want to be around her. So that play that you and Latrice tried, okay, it just blew up in y'all face because Latrice had a whole lot to say when it came to Marie not being invited to this Capitol, all about the things she into and the fraud and all that stuff. Latrice had a lot to say. And then they took a break and a fight almost broke out between Marie and Latrice. Latrice called Marie broke and Marie called her a husband made B, okay? Marie was like, you mangly ass wench. Listen, I ain't heard wench in a long time. You know, she was ready to put it on. Anyway, that was pretty much the end of part one. Then we got part two. They open up with the ladies calling Latrice a liar and Latrice saying she got more money than everybody. What? You having more money than everybody got to do with anything. But okay, let's move on. So they go into Marie and her being there for everybody, and they talk about her mom and her mom going to rehab. So Carlos asks, how's Lulu doing? And she says Lulu's doing what Lulu's do. So we could just assume that either her mother finished rehab and went back to her ways, you know, or she left the rehab and went back to her ways. And pretty much Marie is, you know, she says she feels hurt that she has all these resources and can't help her mother. Then they talk about Tamara and Marie meeting with the ex. Marie said that they didn't film, you know, that particular scene with them meeting with the ex because Tamara's story is boring. Pretty much summing it up, okay? Marie also said that her and Damon are not together and we need to see her real story. Tamara said nothing. Tamara ain't dispute nothing, but okay. They bring out the husbands. JJ come out, you know, being a whole fool, court jester for the TV, okay? Being a whole fool for the TV, okay? The court jester, okay? With the guard, darn it, okay? Then we got Cliff and Latrice and Joshy. Then we got Cliff and Latrice and Joshy. Joshy was the one that revealed that Roger's household got some shite going on in, okay? Carlos asked Latrice if, you know, she was amused. She has this long answer about, you know, if I was amused, I'll be covering up this and covering up that. You know, she said, my husband, he old school, but he ain't no fool. Girl. So Latrice deflects and then turns everything on the other women and the other women being in DV situations. And everybody was like, why are you talking about us? Okay. The question ain't about us. It's about you. So Carlos asked about the M-bar where her husband grabbed her arm. And she said that, you know, she's good and her husband never put his hands on her and he never called her a B and all this other stuff. Cliff said he apologized for that. He just was mad that she went out with Joshy after he threw Josh out the house and he was disrespectful. Anyway, they have this scene with Josh and, you know, him saying that Latrice wanted him to put the stuff out there so that they could talk about it in front of Josh. Confirms that he was not concerned about Latrice's safety, but he just didn't like the way that Cliff talks to Latrice. Cliff apologizes to Josh for being fake and disrespectful, and Joshy does not believe him. Josh feels like Cliff is being fake and not admitting that they were cool or whatever. Cliff said to Josh that, you know, before he got there, he was going to walk when he saw Josh's face, but something came over him and must have touched him, so he apologized again. Josh gets emotional and they leave. Child, that was that on part 2, okay? They open up in part 3 with Latrice and Joshy. Latrice said that we're going to handle this off the cameras the real way because Josh feels like Cliff only apologized to him because the cameras was rolling. Okay. So in this part of part 3, we have Letitia and Glenn. They back together. Okay. They celebrated their 20-year anniversary and he re-proposed to her with the very first ring, you know, that he had when they first got married. So technically they are married, engaged, okay, and they are about to have a renewal ceremony. Glenn said, you know, he had to learn to love the new Letitia. Letitia said she don't have 100% trust in Glenn, but they are making it work.
They're the Pearsons.
Carlos he asks if they are having protective sex, and she says, no, I'm having it raw. Can we have some type of decorum, Southern Belle? Okay. They talk about Glenn and Cliff and their relationship and their bromance, child, which wasn't much to that, okay? They both appreciate each other and both said that they are real and solid. They talk about Akeisha and her managing her family and, you know, her health and her moving back to Jersey and blah, 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 blah. Then we move on to So Gucci, Latrice, and Selena. The whole incident where So Gucci feels like Latrice invited Selena to her wig launch to start some mess. Okay. In my opinion, I don't feel like she invited her to start some mess, but I feel like she invited her to disturb So Gucci's peace. And it worked, okay? So Carlos said that, they bring up the fight at Latrice's event that was between Selena and So Gucci. And Carlos says, well, Selena said you was going to throw a drink on her. She couldn't be here, thanks to So Gucci pressing charges on her or whatever. But she still made an appearance on the show. I know that pissed So Gucci off, okay? So they show Selena telling Carlos in their interview that So Gucci said, I'm going to throw this drink on this woman. And all of a sudden for So Gucci she said my husband's name. Child, please. You was ready to fight that lady. You ran up on that lady. You run up, you get done up. Because she got the best of you, you took action. That shit was petty as hell. You have to take accountability for what you did. She got so many excuses as to why it wasn't her fault. You played a part in that. As a matter of fact, in Akeisha's interview with Carlos King, she said you was very pissed about it because y'all saw Selena Carr there. You came in there with an attitude because you did not want that lady there. But you came to be so classy. You came in there with the drama. You knew what you was doing. But anyway, they in that segment, they bring JJ daughters out. They bring out Sanjay and Sky, I believe. I don't think Star was there. And they talk about how, they disrespecting their mother. Not only is So Gucci disrespecting their mother, the father's talking about the mother, whereas the mother, Selena, never talks about the father. And JJ sitting there looking lost like a lost puppy because he know he dead wrong. And then when they give him an opportunity to talk, he just want to talk about how he was a strict dad. Hey, it ain't about being a strict dad. Your daughter's sitting across from you. They grown. It's about having a conversation and them telling you how they feel and what they are seeing and what's been going on, and you not hearing them. That's part of the problem. And in my opinion, when Sanjay said she feels like So Gucci don't want them to be a part of what they got going on, I believe it. But in my opinion, again, So Gucci and JJ wouldn't have a storyline if it wasn't for the girls.
And Selena.
A lot of the people watching this show for the girls is their fan. Anyway, pretty much.
I'm talking to you. That's fine. I'm talking to Carla. We had this conversation already. She knows the relationship that we have with our dad. She knows how close we are. And I really feel like she don't want us to be a part of whatever they have going on.
You know why? Because she was in the background on Bring It. So she wants y'all to be in the background on the Belle Collective.
That was the end of the episode. End of part 3. Everybody summed it up with what they going to be doing in the future. And we going to see what happens, child. I'm curious to see what storyline So Gucci and JJ going to come back with. Because if it's Selena again, y'all need to bring Selena on the show. Point blank and to the goddamn period. Okay.
Y'all look out for my Love and Marriage Huntsville reunion part 3, which should come out today. If not today, I'll do it tomorrow.
Anyway, guys, that's all I got. Like, comment, and subscribe. Hit that notification bell so you know when my next video comes out. And I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace.